The Ryanites. Respected, admired, feared even. A mysterious group that roams the streets and halls of New St. Andrews College. Who are they? What do they represent? And what is their fascination with Alaska? We're here to personally interview some of the key and founding members of this curious cult and bring to you, the people, the truth. Join us as we begin the series of a lifetime, meeting the Ryanites. Well, welcome to the Populi Periodical's newest installment in Meeting the Ryanites. This is the purpose of this little podcast, mini video series, hopefully one day documentary, we don't know, we'll see. The real purpose of this is to meet one of the strangest groups on the NSA campus and Populi as a whole. Here we have Ryan Berkoski, the leader, benefactor of our little newspaper here, as well as the founder and leader of the Ryanites and the leader of the Populi Revival, the Make Populi Great Again party.
It's a lot of things.
It is a lot of things. And since he is the head honcho of this all, I think this whole series should begin with him. So welcome, Ryan.
Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yes. So Ryan, just a little context for the people who don't really know, where are you from? Like where specifically?
I'm from, actually, I made sure to wear my Alaska tie today. I am from Dillingham, Alaska. Dillingham's a really small town. Like if this here is Alaska, I'm like here-ish. It's a big fishing community, and it's where I was born and raised. They actually, the hospital there doesn't actually deliver babies anymore. So it's like, it was like for a limited time only. You could be born in Dillingham, Alaska.
One of the few.
So that was me, yes.
There we go.
Yes.
Already setting off to a unique trait.
Yes, and so that's where I hail from, and that's where I'll be after NSA, Lord willing.
Born, bred Alaskan, and now in the dry, sandy deserts of Moscow.
Yeah, it's rough here, but I hope to die in Alaska, not anywhere else. So
interesting.
That's the goal.
That's a good goal to have.
Mm-hmm.
Good goal to have.
Yeah.
So Ryan, you've been in Alaska all this time. How long have you been in Moscow?
Well, let's see. I'm a junior now, so it's been what? It's been over 2 years.
Over 2 years.
Moscow, it's pretty good. It's about 12 times larger than my town back home in terms of population.
I thought this was a small town.
Yeah, no, I'm much more used to smaller towns, but it's enough that I can walk around Moscow and be like, oh, I know that person.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that person. As opposed to back home, like I go to the post office and see like 5 people that I know. Here it'd be it's not so often that I see someone I know, but on occasions. But
yeah.
In terms of the weather in Moscow, it's much more hot than I'd like.
Yeah, because you're way up there. I assume you see like ice caps up there sometimes.
I'm in southern Alaska, so no.
Okay,
I wish. No. I was when I was younger. I was in a hospital one time, and the nurse asked me. I told her I was from Alaska, and she asked me, "Oh, so you live in an igloo, right?" Totally serious. Like, oh, like all Alaskans live in igloos. I'm like, no.
Do any Alaskans live in igloos?
I don't think so. None that I know.
I might be the Canadians next door.
Maybe those really northern Alaskans, but none that I know. No, we don't ride polar bears.
Igloo living would be crazy.
It would be awesome. Honestly, I could do that. But anyway.
I could see it. See it.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan, what brought you to NSA? Like, of all the places to go across the United States, why NSA?
Yeah, that's a good question, and it's really random because NSA was the only college I actually finished an application for, and but they responded pretty quick, and they're like, "Yeah, you're accepted," and I'm like, "Okay, I guess I'll just go there." At the time, I really wanted a good, solid biblical education. And so I was looking at Bible colleges, one of those being Moody Bible Institute in Chicago.
Moody. Yeah.
Because all my family went there. But it was like, it's in Chicago. I don't really want to get shot. And
he's watched too many gangster movies.
Yeah, and it wasn't like super appealing to me. And I was finishing up senior year, and I'm like, man, I feel like I haven't learned a whole lot. I feel like I really want to be challenged academically. And so my pastor, or one of my pastors, comes to me and he's like, "Hey, Ryan, have you heard about New St. Andrews?" And I'm like, "Oh." And so I looked into it. I'm like, "Oh, I have to learn Latin?"
That's like every freshman's first take, oh.
Right. And like I have to wear a tie. And it's like, oh man, it just seems like such a weird place. But upon visiting, I'm like, okay, this is a really cool culture. I kind of want to give it a shot. And I'm glad I came here. It's probably the second best decision I've ever made.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Were you classically educated? No. Okay. Did you go public school?
I did public school up to 7th grade.
Okay.
I did public school. And then 8th through 12th was all homeschooled.
Interesting.
It was good. I think ultimately I'm glad I did both. People here really bash on public school, and they have good reason to do it. But at least I kind of learned how to be social for the most part.
Yeah.
When in my younger years, and then later years, I got to focus a bit more on learning stuff. But even still, both my parents were, worked full time. Yeah. So it was like, here, Ryan, here's a textbook. Go learn some stuff. And it's like, teenager me was like, oh, I guess I'll just get through the homework as fast as possible. And so it wasn't. So that's why I came here. I'm like, okay, I want to be challenged this time. And NSA has delivered that.
You've really carried over some of the social skills, I think, because I think we should talk about the two main groups / cults that some
good
know
thing
as.
to talk about.
It would be really good.
Because I didn't expect that upon coming here.
No, it's when I said an interview with Ryan, I meant interview of Ryan and all the things he has founded here and done. Because when I talk to a lot of people about, say, I'm part of the Ryanites, or have you heard of the Ryanites? They're like, what is that? Is that something by Ryan? Is it something he founded? So what are the Ryanites?
That's the big question.
It's the $100 question.
That is a $1 million question.
Now, the $1 million question is coming later, but
okay.
This is the $100 question.
All right, we'll start with the $100 question. Because the thing is, Taylor, is that I can't give you a solid, this is exactly what they are. Mm-hmm. It's like, I can show you individual people who are quote unquote Ryanites, but if we were to take the Plato's form kind of style and be like, okay, literally, take it as it
there's
is.
the core Ryanites, and then there's the straggling Ryanites.
Yeah, but I think in order to really define Ryanites, we have to zoom out and be like, okay, what makes someone a Ryanite?
Yeah.
Why was it specifically this group of people that came together to do these things?
Yeah.
And that's a much trickier question.
Okay.
And so I've spent much time just what is it? And why is it? And I think I've gotten to the point where I've separated people into two camps.
Okay.
There's kind of the people that are here at school who just really want to get through. Okay, yep, I got my classes. It's what I'm here for. I'm going to work too, and I just kind of want to get by. And I mean, that's great. I mean, I love that they're here. I love that they're learning things, and I love that they're getting everything out of their college education and working outside. I think that's good too. And then there's the other group of people that are like, yeah, we're here, and we're going to take advantage of the fact that we're here, even though it's only 4 years, and we're going to do interesting things.
Yes.
And I think, the kind of people who after soup night stay for 3 hours talking, and just those kind of people, and they eventually just came together to form into one group. They're
not just the people who are here for the academics or here just for the community. They're here to experiment and to go beyond either of those camps.
Right. And people might not like it when I say this, but the core idea of the Ryanites has nothing to do with me personally.
Oh, the controversy.
It nothing to do with me personally. And
how humble of you.
People say that I started it, and I definitely had a big part in it, but I can't put all the blame on me.
Okay. Is it blame or fame?
No comment.
Yeah, no comment. That's fair. But why is it called the Ryanites then? I mean, there's only one Ryan at the school, and we're looking right at him.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what event started it all. It was some random discussion that was going on in our group chat. We were freshmen at the time. The freshman group chat. We were having an argument, or I should say, I was having an argument with two guys on there, and one of them. He's not at the school anymore, but he was talking about how great Hawaii is. He was from Hawaii.
Oh.
And so I'm from Alaska. And I'm
I'm
talking about how great Alaska is. And he's like, no, Hawaii is way better than Alaska. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So, I roll up my sleeves. I'm like, all right, here we go. And so I just start, I guess I had nothing better to do, which I kind of look back on it. I'm like, come on, you surely had something better to do than argue with somebody on WhatsApp.
You're a freshman. That's the best thing you're doing with your time.
Yeah. But so we argued, and then other people joined in and started picking a side. And then it's like, oh, the state of Alabama joins with Alaska, and then the state of California joins with Hawaii. And
so it was an election of sorts.
Of sorts, yeah. And then during the argument, Boaz made like a map of like all the states and like colored states representing what side. I could find it, but like the colored of states and countries that represent what side of the war that was going on. And so I forget what the other side was called. But because I was the first one kind of arguing for Alaska and these other states, they just impulsively called my side the Ryanites. And then they colored the states on the map green. And I guess that just became my color. And then so it was a long discussion, and then we kind of ended it. And then Boaz Dernlin decided, hey, we should make wristbands. And so he did make wristbands that said Ryanites Unite. I'm not wearing mine. I still have it though.
So started the wristband thing with the Rignites.
Yes. Yeah. And then so that was like kind of, okay, that those people who were arguing in favor of those states were like the core group. And then obviously because the argument was stupid and dumb, like the argument didn't really matter. But like now their
argument was so bad they've been forgotten. We don't even know what their name is.
Exactly. But now that this group who'd been wanting to come together for a long time, like suddenly had a reason to come together, and they had a name to fall under. And it was after that we're like, okay, let's start doing stuff.
Yeah.
Let's put on like a pagan ballet for the Andes. And
The infamous, what is it, Rite of Swan Lake?
Rite of Swan Lake.
That can be found on YouTube, right? On your channel.
It's on YouTube.
What's your channel again?
It's just Ryan Berkoski.
It's
not a creative name. But
yeah. It's simple enough. I mean, that's the idea. That's the core of the Ryanites, right? It's just, it had a very simple beginnings and then kind of changed, as you're saying, to include these group of people like-minded in a sense. Right. So it's kind of like it's a friend group, but it's not a clique in a way.
Yeah, no, people think it's very inclusive. Like there's only a certain type of person that can be a Ryanite. Yeah. Or because it's a cult, there has to be some sort of ritual that you go through to become a Ryanite.
I remember my ritual though.
You had a ritual?
Shiraz gave me one.
Oh, of course you did. Well, that's Shiraz. But
we will have to interview Shiraz at one point.
I think that'd be a good thing to do. But yeah, we're not an inclusive group. It's like there's only some people allowed in the sphere. I mean anybody's welcome. It just takes a certain kind of person willing to do a certain kind of thing, which are the things that we do. So.
Ryan, so this so the cult you're saying is just not the cult. This group you're saying is not just about you.
Yeah, I could talk on that for a minute because when it started happening, I had to take it. I stopped and I had to check myself. Like, okay, Ryan, you got to be careful here because you have these people who are all of a sudden saying, "Hey, I'm a Ryanite." Okay, be careful not to get prideful because this is the kind of thing that you can just kind of get a big head about, and so you got to be really careful about that. And so when I'm kind of forming the Ryanites and like what we do, I make sure it's not about me. Yeah, it's just like, but in order for people to do something really good, they need a leader and they need a head. Yeah. And it just happened to be me. And there's certain things about me that made me fit for the position. I'll say that. And I'm more than happy to be the leader. But it's not like they're not idolizing me. And I appreciate
it's not servile dependence. It's not servile dependence.
No. And I really don't like that some people have the view of it that it is idolizing me. Yeah. Because I hate that. I think it's very disgusting. And so it's not that at all. It's just the name that we happen to fall under, the leader that they happen to fall under. So
yeah. So that's really good because there's definitely some misunderstanding around campus, just even like upperclassmen too, how it is like what the Ryanites are.
Definitely, because it's not, the group just doesn't like, we're just going to do what Ryan does and just follow everything that Ryan does. It's not that at all. A lot of the things that we do are not even ideas that I've had, but ideas that people in my group have pitched, and I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. Yeah. I'm going to do everything to help make that happen. Exactly. And so as the leader, it's not like I do everything and they just all follow. Yeah. It's like they give me like, hey, we should do this. Hey, we should put on a lunch for these freshmen. I'm like, okay, how can I help make that happen? And how can I help, round up people to get together to do that?
Precisely.
And
which I think is kind of what we're trying to show in this series, that the Ryanites are not just all mini copies of Ryan, which would be terrifying to see around Main Street.
I would hate that. Yeah.
No, I think NSA would hate that.
I think so too. And
Newman would hate that.
Yeah, and it's like I do wonder what faculty thinks a lot of the time, because I've never heard, none of them have approached me and talked to me about it. I've talked with some of them about it, but not like explicitly stating the Ryanites, because I'm saying Ryanites now, and I cringe when I say it, because it hurts me a bit when I say it, because it's still, to me, it's just still kind of cringe to say.
Yeah.
But I love the Ryanites.
I mean, you do have a point though, like about there's a semblance of pride in that. That could be dangerous, but also it's kind of healthy at the same time.
There's a balance you have to strike, is what I found. And so, like, if you ever find yourself in this kind of situation, like, take a minute, stop, check yourself. Are you being prideful? Will this put you in a position where you're going to be prideful or tempt you in that way? Doesn't mean it's necessarily bad.
No.
But it can be. You just have to be constantly checking yourself.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Let's talk a little bit about the Rignites. Now, the Rignites, definitely not as much founded by you, but you are still quite a leading member in that as well.
Yeah.
And there's some bleeding over with the Ryanites and the Make Populi Great Again, which we'll get to in a minute. But from my understanding, it was definitely in at least your class's school year that came a part of it, and you were kind of partially a de facto leader / supplier of wristbands in this.
Yeah, in a way. Not the supplier of wristbands.
Okay.
But, I mean...
The middleman.
Yes, the middleman. Our class was obviously the first class of Rignites. And so I just chose Rigney because the guy who recommended NSA to me really liked Rigney. And so he was like, hey, you should definitely choose Rigney. So I just chose Rigney. I mean, I knew they were both going to be great.
Yeah.
And so...
Rigney was also better.
Right. I found out that he was better. But after coming here, the class just kind of, I don't really know how it happened, but just kind of naturally, was like, oh, Rigney's better. No, Longshore's better. And so that rivalry kind of already began. And so I had no part in it at this point.
Yeah.
Until in our pitches one day, we had the Rignites Unite wristbands, and then we didn't know where they came from, but we just all started wearing them.
Did you ever find out where they came from?
That's a good question. I choose not to answer it.
That's fair. Secrecy.
So people just started wearing the wristbands, and so we just became proud to have Rigney as our professor. And so as the year went along, and then sophomore year came, and we were like, okay, they're calling the Rignites a cult too.
And this is true. This has been known.
I guess it's a thing that cults just make wristbands. I didn't realize this, but if you make wristbands for something, I guess that's a cult now. Anyways, so we're like, okay, I guess we're going to kind of lean into the cult thing.
It's like a tattoo that you could take off.
I guess. And so leaning into the cult thing, we're like, okay, we should do an initiation for the new Rignites that year.
He just leaned into it.
Yeah, which was your class.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, we'll get the pumpkin crunch cake, we'll get the Diet Coke. And so, yeah, we had that initiation ceremony with your class. And someone needed to lead it up. And no one was. And so I'm like, okay, I'll just do it. And so it kind of became something that Ryanites led up, just because if I'm going to lead it, the people who are going to come help me are the people who are already a part of my group.
Exactly.
And so that's just what naturally happened. And then we did it again this year and turned out great again.
Yeah.
So.
And I think Dr. Rigney really has embraced the whole Rignite thing.
Yeah, he has.
Taking his little shots at Longshore when his large jovial self is taking it like Santa.
Yes. Yes. So it's a good thing to see. Even the faculty kind of embrace it. So
yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
Well, let's move on to your last and probably one of your most famous groups. And that is the Make Populi Great Again party / Populi Revival. Where did that start? Like, I have some questions. First of all, Ethan Montgomery has asked, what led you to start the Make Populi Great Again, and where did it begin?
Yeah. It's very random. It began in December of 2023.
Okay.
So my freshman year, after Nicaea term had just finished, before I was planning on heading back home for Christmas break, I was just on Populi, and I didn't spend no more time on Populi than most people.
That's such a vague definition nowadays, though.
That's true. I should give context. At this point, no one did anything on Populi.
Yeah.
It was just do your, all your school stuff on Populi. The whole profile thing and posting feed, I mean, the only things you saw of that were from like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Of people posting like happy
Back
birthday
when
on a
like
professor's.
Magister Harris was back in school.
Right. Yeah. So a long time ago. So no one was really using it for that purpose. And so because of that, I thought it'd be really funny to try to pass Doug Wilson in Populi followers. And he had like 32 at that point. I probably had like 5 or something, because people don't really follow people at that point.
Yeah.
But I was going to make it a goal to never like tell anybody to follow me. It was just like, this is just a thing that I'm doing. And so, hey, Doug Wilson, I should pass Doug Wilson in Populi followers. It's just kind of like a way of being like,
you did this all silently. You didn't advertise at all.
I advertised. I told people this is what I'm doing, but I was never like, hey, follow me.
Okay.
It
So
was just like, yeah.
It was implicit advertisement and
Right.
propaganda saying, I want to do this.
Yeah.
Who's going to help me?
Yeah. And
Who's going to carry the boats?
And it wasn't like something like, oh, I'm so cool because I passed Doug Wilson in Populi followers. No, it was just like, oh, this would be funny. I might as well just make this a thing that I'm doing.
Yeah.
And so, and at this point, the whole "Make Populi Great Again" wasn't a slogan that I had. It wasn't even an idea that I had. And so I eventually took about a month, passed Doug Wilson. I'm like, oh, that's funny. I should pass, I think it was, Mr. Griffith was the next one at like
really?
45. And so eventually I passed him, became the most followed man on Populi. And then it's just people started following in room, be like, oh, started posting, saying happy birthday on these people who had birthday on their profiles, and then just things started happening, posting on the homepage and learning how to post GIFs was fun.
Is it GIF or GIF? I mean,
It's
the
GIF.
official. It's GIF.
It's GIF. It's GIF.
Okay. So the man himself has said
There's no J.
No,
So,
that's peanut butter, right?
Yeah, Jiffy. And then I don't know where the slogan "Make Populi Great Again" came from.
Probably from MAGA, Make America Great Again.
Well, yeah, that's where it came from. But like,
Yeah.
when did we first start using it? I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
It's foggy. I could search deep in the recesses of
That sounds like too much
Populi,
work at
but
this
that
point.
sounds like a lot of work because there's a lot of stuff on there now. There's a lot of garbage on there too.
That's what happens. I mean, you're aiming to turn it into a social media platform. You get your mix.
Yeah, and it's tricky because the whole making Populi a social media platform thing, it's like, I look back and like, was that really my goal? And I want to say no, but at the same point, I didn't really have a goal.
Yeah.
And that was the problem with Make Populi Great Again, was that I didn't have a set goal in mind. And so like I start this Populi Revival progress bar.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well,
Which is, we can talk about that.
it's very vague, and it's like, okay, what happens when it hits 100%? And what am I trying to do here?
Yeah.
And the whole time I didn't really know.
I've heard rumors that when it hits 100%, you're going to get a tonsure. Is this true?
That's not true.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I think someone recommended that.
Okay.
and
I heard rumors of this.
I said no, but
Ryan with a tonsure would be interesting.
if I kept the curl on there and then
yeah,
the tonsure
I mean, I think that's definitely a lot of like and we'll get into more controversies in a minute, but I mean, other parties that have been started, like the Make Populi Lame Again, or the ones or the protesting of some people of like, let's keep Populi the same, has definitely been criticizing that fact. Like, where are you going with this? What are you trying to do? And how do you measure it? It seems so arbitrary.
I'll tell you, Taylor, like my difficulty here is like, okay, I'm the leader. I'm the guy who started all this. I can only do 2 things.
Yeah.
I can only either lean into it entirely, or I can just say, no, we need to stop making Populi great again. We need to be done with this.
Yeah.
And it's something I began as a very immature young freshman who didn't have enough things to do. And now I would say I've aged a bit in wisdom. And now I'm like, okay, what do? Do I like cut it all off entirely, say this is done?
It's hard to cut off
over,
at this point, though.
Or do I lean into it?
Yeah.
And
you're kind of like
dilemma.
this middle point. Would you say you're kind of like in this middle point where you're still deciding where to go?
And I don't like being in the middle though.
Yeah.
I want to pick one. I just don't know.
Well, there's going to be a lot of people who have followed you on Populi who are probably quite active. I mean, the Populi Periodical is kind of helping a little bit in that way of leaning into it more, but not too much.
Right.
And what would you say to your viewers? Like, what would you recommend them to do if you tell them to consider how they spend their time on Populi? How would you recommend that to all our viewers?
Yeah, I would say I definitely don't think we should be spamming random things on Populi. Like, oh, I ate, an eggs and a bagel for breakfast today. Make that your daily your hourly Populi post.
Oh,
Because that's not, you could even ask me when I was a freshman, that's not what I wanted. And that's not what I intended at all. But as a freshman, I was looking back and like, okay, 8 years ago, people were saying happy birthday on someone's bulletin board or, posting an image on this place. And it's like, okay, that's fun. I like that,
yeah.
Populi doesn't just have to be the place where we're just doing homework and just like uploading assignments and papers.
It's a great place to share something funny.
Yeah, because it's got everybody on the school, each has their own profile, and then, it's a good way of interacting. I don't want it to be social media.
Okay.
So if you feel like you're posting there all the time on just random things that don't really make a lot of sense and that are just about you, then I think that could be a problem. But,
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
And speaking in terms of like that idea of like trends and things that people are posting, what do you kind of think of the trend that people are, I'm sure you've noticed this, the trend of people posting quotes, out of context quotes of other people on the boards, and then especially, this is very fascinating, with them doing it on Mr. Esmond's board, which is quite unique for a teacher, as usually when you comment things on teachers, it's mostly just happy birthday or questions about office hours or things that are just very casual in that sense. But posting out of context quotes is very new and quite unique, not only to the freshmen, but many of the sophomores as well. What's your take on that?
I think there's a certain level of respect we need to have for our teachers. As in, we need to respect our teachers.
Yes.
A lot. And so the great thing about our teachers, though, is they say a lot of funny things.
They do.
And some more than others. So I have no problem with people keeping quotes, and I don't think that's a problem. But I think you need to be wise in what quotes you share. Because sometimes professors go on rants, and then they say things. And sometimes even professors like us don't really think about everything that they're saying sometimes. And even still, those quotes, it's not bad to keep them and write them in a notebook.
But to share it kind of with everyone, because that's kept.
And yeah, to put them on that teacher's Populi profile where anybody can look and anybody can see, it's like, And so in terms of quotes in general, I have no problem with it because it's funny and it's good and it's fine. But there's some quotes that I've read, I'm like, wow, that is a really terrible thing that person said.
Especially out of context. It's always the out of context.
Right, and like I would not want, there's a lot of things that I say that I would not want on my Populi profile out of context. So
we're going to edit that out.
Yeah, so it's not like, there's not like a hard and fast thing I can say like, do this, don't do this. With all your Populi use discretion.
Yeah.
That's
good. That's good advice.
Yeah.
Well, the final one is, I know, and you've thought about this one before. What's your opinion on a Populi dislike button?
Populi dislike button?
Should it exist as a function?
Yes.
Yes.
I think it should.
Yeah.
I think I was sad. I'm not a big YouTube guy. But when YouTube took away the dislike, they still have the dislike button, but it doesn't do anything.
No.
It doesn't count the dislikes anymore. And I'm like, that's just terrible. We live in a society of free speech.
Yeah.
We should be able to say whether we dislike something or like something. And
Precisely.
so I think we should. I talked with one of the Populi employees saying, hey, we should add a dislike button.
Do you think you'll ever go work for Populi?
It's funny. I actually did meet with the Mr. Populi himself.
Oh, Mr. Populi. Is that actually his last name?
No,
Okay.
his last name is Hill. But we
call him Mr. Populi.
We got coffee one afternoon and just kind of chatted for a while. Just chatted about Populi because I mean he's noticed everything going on, and so
all your little breaking of the codes to get the stickers.
Right. And so that whole thing and everything else, and so I sent them my resume before this and was like, hey, if you guys have any openings for jobs, I'd take them. Just because I'm like, okay, it'd be nice to have work and it'd be funny if I worked at Populi and I'd love to help them out. I like them.
Yeah.
They didn't have anything, at least not for me. But we just sat down and had a good conversation about Populi, and people have told me like, Ryan, the things that you're doing on there, the Populi staff don't like it. It's ruining their website. Well, they don't, and I have actual evidence of that. So
was he proud of you for figuring out the Snickers thing, or had that not happened at the time?
I don't know if proud is the right word, but he liked it.
He liked it. He thought it was clever.
No, they've told me they found it very funny.
That's good.
And so yeah,
that's good. They're like, ah.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny too because you're not like the best coder at the
No.
school.
Oh, I'm
You're
not.
quite amateur.
I have very limited knowledge, but
YouTube was a saving grace.
So you want to use your popular use like that, such
Yeah.
that the people who work there aren't just bothered by you and like, oh, they're just ruining the website. Like, do things that are actually good on there, actually wholesome, and you know. And so again, I don't think we should cut off popular use entirely. I think that would be lame.
Yep.
But we don't want to lean into it so much that we're spending so much time on Populi and just sending random messages that don't really mean anything.
Yeah.
But
It's as the scriptures say, right? Whatever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord.
absolutely. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have 2 things left to discuss. First
Okay.
of all, just 2 questions from our general audience, and then we'll get into some controversies.
Nice. Okay.
So the first one is from friend Jacob Fisher. Where do you get your ties?
Where do I get my ties? That's a good question. I didn't own a single tie before I came
You were a
to
bow
New
tie
St.
guy.
Andrews. I didn't own a single bow tie before
Really?
I came to New. I didn't. First time I wore a tie was when I visited New St. Andrews. Yeah,
Wow.
because the town I come from, Dillingham, very informal town.
Okay.
People
Well,
like
it's small, yeah.
People go to a job interview in their pajamas, go to church wearing a hoodie. So that's just what I grew up in. That's what I thought was normal. And so then I got to go to New St. Andrews where there's a dress code where I have to wear a tie.
Culture shock,
What?
man.
And so I had to learn how to tie a tie. But I was talking to my dad about it. I was around the dinner table. And he was like, you know what, Ryan? You could wear a necktie or you could wear a bow tie.
Ooh.
I'm like, now that's bold. And at the time, I'm like, you know, I can be the guy who comes to NSA who just kind of in the background and is just kind of trying to get by. And that's how I kind of was my whole life growing up. But I really wanted to break free from that. I wanted to meet as many people as possible and break. I was a big introvert before NSA. And so I figured wearing a bow tie was part of that. So that's all I wore freshman year. And now I vacillate between bow tie, necktie. In terms of where I get my bow ties, I got them all off ties.com, which is a pretty solid website. I got a couple of ties at the Hope Center. This one, I got this one recently because I saw it online, except I think it was like some Mormon company I realized that was selling them. I didn't realize that until after I bought the tie.
The Mormons just give everything good. Studio C, the ties.
Yeah, except now that I gave the Mormons a lot of money. So, but
well, you know, you're forgiven. It's a good tie.
it is a good tie. So,
All right. The next
Good
question.
question. I like
The
that
next
question.
question, though, is from a person who preferred to remain anonymous.
got it. Okay.
They said so, and this is kind of based off your opinion of garbage men specifically.
Nice.
They said since you admire garbage men so much more than the government in terms of liberal arts, or at least hold them to be equal.
Admire
them in a sense. I mean, there was a time that you wanted to become a garbage man. They said this hypothetically. Let's say you have a daughter one day.
Okay.
Right, and there's this guy who's interested in her.
Ooh.
And he's gone through his liberal arts education, but he only aspires to be a garbage man. Now the question is, would you squint at him weird, like Longshore does?
Would I give him a squint?
Yeah, like Longshore gave a squint during the men's disputatio.
It depends. Okay. So there's I'm not a dad yet.
Okay. Hypothetically, if you were a dad, you had a daughter.
Yeah. Well, praise the Lord, I'm not a dad right now because I'm not ready yet. But if I were a dad who had a daughter who was of age to be married, and there was a guy that she was interested in who was on track to becoming a garbage man, I would not immediately squint. Because there's things that matter much more important than career that they're going into.
Aye.
Here's something that I realized when I was writing my declamation speech. Garbage men can actually get paid a lot of money. They can actually make a solid amount of money. So as long as the job is providing and putting food on the table, I don't have a problem with that.
There we go.
As long as the father has enough time to spend with his family and with my daughter and with their children and enough to provide for them, then that's great. And the garbage man job is a very hard job to do. So if he's willing to go out there and work with trash 9 to 5, like for my daughter and for his kids, that's admirable, I think. Just because he's not making a big societal impact, I don't think makes him any less worthy of being my son-in-law. What matters is he going to be a godly father, training my grandchildren and to be a good head for my daughter's family.
That's
So,
right,
yeah. Very interesting question.
So all future son-in-laws of Ryan potentially pay attention.
Yeah, this is just weird now that I think about it.
It'd be like
It probably won't be any of you. It won't be any of you.
No, probably be your kids.
Oh, God.
It's like
Next
trying
question.
to marry into the Berkoski family.
Next question.
Next question. All right, let's talk about some of the controversies. Namely, first and foremost, the Make Populi Lame Again party.
Yeah.
What's up with that? What do you predict about it? What's your opinion of it?
Yeah, here's a hilarious thing about it, and I've already told Ezra about this, is that the funny thing about Make Populi Land Again is that all they can do and is post on Populi about it, which is the reverse of what they want. Because the whole point of Make Populi Land Again should be such that, well, no one's posting anymore and no one's following people anymore.
Yeah.
But they're doing all of those things in order to advertise their campaign. And so it's just funny. And so the great thing is that I don't have to do anything about it. I can just kind of sit back and just watch them try. And then
you watch them be, as I remember correctly, for those historians of Populi who may pay attention, that Ezra was essentially cyberbullied over 3 weeks.
Yeah. He was, because we have enough of a following that I don't have to do anything.
You barely said, you made a video responding.
I didn't make a response video because I figured that'd be funny. It's like the classic, YouTube controversy YouTubers thing.
The poor kid.
But now, especially with this freshman class, there's enough people who are on Populi all the time.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Such that if Ezra were to start again, which I think he is, when he does, I don't have to do anything.
You just hold your hands and like, my mission is about
just watch the chaos. And,
indeed.
Oh, it's hilarious.
All right. Yeah. Well, to wrap up our time here, the last controversial group that has started up recently, as I claimed to be directly in opposition to the Populi Periodical, the Bulletin Board.
Yeah.
Run by Miss Boyd and Miss Morris.
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
It's all right. I recently read their one that was in Latin or somewhat in Latin, and there were some Latin mistakes.
Oh.
But I mean, it was. I shouldn't say that because I'm not too well versed in Latin either. But it's fine. I don't have a huge problem with it. It's not like they're in direct. I didn't seem like they're in direct opposition with the Populi Periodical,
despite their claims.
Right. I don't see how they could be. And further, I don't see why there would be a reason that they should be.
Yeah.
So I say, keep it up. I mean, I'm not really on Substack a whole lot. I don't like Substack.
That's fair.
But I don't really see how it connects with Populi a whole lot. But
I think there's a loose connect. It's more seems like to me a place that they're just going to if they see something funny, they post it and they write more about it.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is why I think NSA could do well with something like the Catalyst again, or something with like a newspaper or weekly newsletter, so that students like these who want to write things about NSA actually have a good outlet to do that in. And so I think the Catalyst is starting back up.
Oh,
and so I think that might be a better way for these people to direct their efforts into. But I don't have
because the Populi Periodical is not for the sake of informing about things or dropping wonderful wisdom all the time. It's more satire and quirky things.
Yeah, which I think that's good.
Yeah, which we kind of need. It's the funny section of Populi.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan, thank you so much for this interview. Do you have anything you would like to add in our time here?
I think I covered just about everything, from Ryanites to Populi Great Again, and with all of it, I just. Again, use discretion, be wise, remember that you're a Christian. And all these extra things that you're doing that you're tacking on to your schoolwork, even if they're really good things, like making lunch for the freshmen, make sure your priorities are straight.
Yeah.
Make sure the time you're spending with the Lord is above all and above any time you're spending on Populi and any of the stupid things that you're doing. And it's not even necessarily bad to do stupid things, but be a Christian doing stupid things is much different than being a person in the world doing stupid things. And so try to find that is my advice.
Good words. Well, thank you, Ryan.
Thank you for
This has been the Populi Periodical.